Hello students, let us move towards the second part of the chapter. Like the name of the chapter is Price Rise and Consumer Awareness. So we already understood everything about price rise. Now let us understand what consumer awareness means. Before understanding consumer awareness, let us see what a consumer is. And not here. Let us take a brief example. You got a chocolate craving and you want to eat a chocolate, but because you're not stepping out of your home, you're not going to buy it, and you just saw that your mom is going out there for groceries. So you're telling your mom, get me one chocolate please. Now who is a consumer? Is your mom a consumer because she is buying it? Or it is you who is a consumer because you are consuming it? Well, technically if you see, then your mom is a buyer and you consume, so you are a consumer. But in economics, both are consumer. The one who consumes, the one who is the end user, and the one who makes payment. Why so? You will yourself discover when you study the act, when you study the law. So here I have written that a person who uses or pays or promises to pay in future is known as a consumer, and both. You can either use a product, like the example of chocolate is a product. But if you use the service of Zomato, so you are buying a sizzler from a restaurant, so that is the product and the food service. But Zomato is a delivery service. So whether you have already made payment, or you swiped your credit card, or you told the guy that I'll pay you at the month end. In all the cases, whether you use it or whether somebody buys for you, whether it is a product or it is a service, whether you currently make a payment or you make a promise to pay in future, in all the cases you are known as a consumer. Okay? So consumer is a person who either pays for it or pays in future or buys it or uses it. I hope you are clear with the word consumer. Now, there are some ways in which a consumer is cheated, a consumer is exploited. How? Say for example, in chili powder, if brick powder is added, you cannot make out from taste that it's not the genuine product. Or maybe in turmeric powder, if there is a little of yellow soil added, maybe clay substance, you will not know. So there are many forms of exploitation. Here they say less weight than printed. I buy a sugar, the weight of sugar is 1 kg, but when I take it my home and I weigh in my scale, it's 950 or it's 970 gram. Can I fight for those 30 grams that I received less? I have paid for 1 kg. Why did I receive lesser? So less weight than printed is a way of exploiting the consumer. Defective commodity. I am paying for a very good quality product, but I am receiving a defective product. I am exploited as a consumer. Unsatisfactory after sales service. You buy a Sony television from a dealer. You are very happy with the product. You are happy with the dealer because he is showing you so many options. He is explaining you. He is making you literate about the technology. And after selling, when your TV is not functioning well, and when you dial him, he says, sorry ma'am, we just are into sales. If you want some other repairing service, I can forward your complaint to some other person. You will feel bad. Or if at all he does not respond, you will feel exploited. That you paid so much and he is not ready to answer you, not ready to guide you. Not providing predetermined condition of construction. The way you are promised to, you are not given with. Say I book a flat of 5-bedroom hall kitchen and I'm shown it so well, but then when I actually get it, I see that the wires are not well fit, the plumbing is not done well. I won't be happy. I'll feel exploited. Now here there are two types of exploitation. Physical and mental. Sometimes when I don't get things as per my expectation, I'm mentally harassed because I am turned down with my expectations. Deceptive advertisement. I have seen these advertisements of Fair and Lovely saying that your one-tone complexion can go fair. I've seen the advertisement of Olay claiming that you won't get wrinkles. I mean, no dermatologist does that. The skin experts don't claim that you can be wrinkle-free. Yeah, so then the clause is that if Olay is used regularly, it's so nutritive and moist enough that you won't develop it at early age. So in a way, the meaning changes, but the interpretation of a layman, the one who looks into advertisement, really does not understand. So sometimes deceiving advertisement is also a type of exploitation. Malpractice of selling fake goods. We call it very sophisticatedly as first copy, but they are duplicate, right? So in the name of any brand or leveraging the popularity of some existing brand, they sell fake goods with inferior quality with a little lesser price, which is not correct, right? Consumer gets exploited. Creating artificial scarcity. Scarcity issue. So creating scarcity increases prices. We saw in the price rise concept that a thing that costs 100 rupees is sold in 120. Consumer is exploited. Here is the financial exploitation. Charging above MRP. We see this on highways, we see on hill stations that they charge any amount. So that's not right, right? So these are the ways in which a consumer is exploited. There are many other reasons too. These are the ways how they cheat us, and why they cheat us, we will have to find out. Let us see that. Let us discover the reasons of consumer exploitation. If I don't want myself to be exploited, I need to protect myself, right? So if a consumer does not want to get exploited, needs to protect himself. So first of all, we need to know the reasons that why we get exploited. Why do you learn this at this age? Because government believes that right at an early age, when you are almost mature to understand things, and if you are made aware, you won't be exploited. So let us understand the reasons why consumer gets exploited. The first one is consumer himself or herself is the reason why he is exploited. Sounds unusual, right? So here they say that traders, producers, manufacturers, organizers, they take advantage of consumers' ignorance, because the consumer does not know that what is the right quality, what is the right price for this, because he is not aware, they are exploited. The lack of awareness that what are the ideal things that should be there in product. Okay, if you feel that you are exploited, then what can be done? You should be aware that what are the legislations, how law helps you. That is not there. So that is also one of the reasons why you get exploited. Illiteracy. If I am handed over any product that is expired, I should know, I should read, I should know to interpret that it is expired. But what if I am an illiterate? What if I really do not know what this manufacturing date means and what the expiry date is, or rather what is expiry? I can be easily exploited, right? Lack of preparation to fight legally. Now when I already know that I am exploited, but I don't know if anybody can help me. I don't have that knowledge about how can I give a fight towards the seller who cheated on me, towards the one who exploited me. So these are the reasons that consumer gets exploited under consumer himself or herself. That's the first reason. Ignorance, illiteracy. Now the second reason, limited information. If I go to any grocery shop and if I buy a ready-made cake premix, I I just have to make it at home. But there is nothing mentioned on box that this can be used in microwave oven only. I am just buying it. I go home, I don't have microwave oven, I try to bake it on stove and it's not working. It's a flop show for me. Why it happened? Had there been a mention of information on the packet that this can be cooked by like this, I wouldn't have bought it. So here lack of information says that consumers aren't aware about usefulness of product and might end up buying unuseful product. Also, there are no specific rules regarding quality, quantity, no norms. Anybody can make anything and sell at any price. So that's also the reason, the limited information, no legalities. That's also one of the reasons why a consumer is exploited. The third one is limited supply. When supply isn't in accordance with demand, scarcity is created. You might recall price rise. So how? Because this economics rule everywhere works, children. When you need 100 cakes and you have 70 in market, the difference of 30, in order to meet it up, price goes higher. So in order to meet up this scarcity, supply has to be increased. But now when supply is not increasing and demand is still constant, betting, hoarding, black marketing, overpricing, all this happens. And that's how a consumer is cheated. Shortage of supply. In a huge country like India, where there is so much of unemployment, where there is so many resources, and still it could not be met up to fulfill the demand, is really sad, isn't it? The fourth part is limited competition. In those areas where there is monopoly, the producer knows that there is no alternative available in market other than mine. So people will buy me. Whether I sell the product expensive, whether I sell it moderate, or I sell it cheap, whether I sell extremely good quality or I sell a moderate quality, people are going to buy my product. So in those situations, the monopolist will try to take advantage and exploit customer. So yeah, these are the 4 reasons why a consumer is exploited. First is ignorance, consumer himself is responsible. Second is he does not get proper information. Third is there could be limited supply issue. And fourth is there is very limited competition. In that case, there could be exploitation. So I hope that you are now clear with the reasons why a consumer is exploited. In the upcoming classes, students, we will learn what government did for this, what rights we have, how can we protect ourselves. See you then. Bye-bye.